Hey everyone, it's Marc Guzman of West County Blog. So for today's video, I wanted to talk about home inspections and how important home inspections are for every home buyer out there, including home sellers. Now, instead of me just preaching about how much everybody needs to get a home inspection when they buy a property or sell a property, I decided to bring in a professional to talk about home inspections and answer a few questions I had. So with me I have Dan Traylor with House Calls Home Inspections. So Dan, thanks for coming out and doing this interview.
Oh, you're more than welcome, Mark. Thanks for having me.
So before we get into the questions, why don't you just give the viewers a quick
Want to start over?
Yeah. So before we get into the actual questions I had for Dan, Dan, why don't you give us a quick introduction on your professional background?
All right. For 32 years, I built primarily residential, but I built everything but a bridge. And that was all hands-on. And in the year 2000, I stopped building and went into home inspections, and that's all we do now.
Okay. So let's get right into the questions then. And the first question we have is, why is a home inspection necessary?
I brought some notes here, so I will remember everything in front of a camera. A home inspection is very necessary. For one, knowledge. There are no surprises after the inspection. You need to know what you are buying. You may walk into a home, fall in love with it, just know that's the right home for you, but you need to know what possibly might be hidden from that excitement. Negotiations. Even if negotiations are not in the picture, what needs repair or replacement, or what can wait for later on down the road. Also, learning about how to take care of your home. These things, a good home inspector will want to teach you. Investment. It's a large purchase. Protect your investment. With possible repair costs, or investment really going to be worth it to you. From the foundation to the roof to all points in between, a buyer needs to know possible issues that require attention prior to purchase. And if certain issues can be, like I said, taken care of over time.
Okay. Now, safety issues obviously come up on home inspections, and why don't you let the viewers know what are the most important items every home should have, or what should they be aware of when it comes to safety items on a home inspection report?
In my opinion, one of the most important things that a home inspector will be looking for is fire concerns. Is your home fire protected as far as alerting you? Are smoke alarms in? And are they running? Are they functional? Adding smoke alarms is to having an escape plan, especially in a two-story home. But equally important in a one-story home, there's a lot of panic and confusion in a fire. Practicing an escape route, especially in, like I said, in a two-story home, a meeting place. So everybody knows what to do. To having a rope ladder to throw out of the window so you can safely escape. Are your windows egress ready? An egress window, it does have certain sizes and heights off the floor. These things need to be checked. Also, contacting your fire department, your local fire department, who should be more than willing to talk to you about additional information on home safety during a fire. Other things you can install, carbon monoxide alarms. And
just before, I don't mean to cut you off, but carbon monoxide detectors are really, really important. In fact, it is California law on every property that is sold in the state that a carbon monoxide detector be installed on every level of the home. Now, if you install them yourself in the property, make sure you install them according to the actual manual, and don't take a guess. Just follow the manual and make sure they're installed properly.
Very good point, Mark. Couldn't have said it better. And that rule came in July the 1st of 2011. Other important safety items a home inspector will be looking for is type and age of electrical breakers and wiring. Is it safe? Is it outdated? Within the panel can tell a whole host of trouble in an older panel. Doesn't necessarily mean you have to change the wiring or the panel, but maybe it can be upgraded and for your safe use. Two simple things. Cover plates on light switches and outlets. Without the cover plates, of course, live electrical is exposed. Your fireplace. You're starting a fire in your home. Let's make sure that the fireplace is ready to use. Is it clean? Does it have the fire screens on it, meaning on the front of the fire chamber to the top of the chimney? What are the conditions of the brick? Maybe it's too high above the roof. Does it need to be strapped down for seismic conditions and concerns?
Okay. I want to talk a little bit about new houses, because I get this question quite a bit. If a home buyer is buying a brand new house, most of them feel that they don't need a home inspection because it's a brand new house. So why don't you explain why it's necessary for a home inspection?
Very important. Mistakes are made during construction. I'm going to use the analogy of buying a new car. You go down to the dealer, you order your car, sometime later the dealer calls you and it's your exciting day. You go down, you're driving home, the radio doesn't work, or the air conditioner doesn't work, or there's a vibration up front. This is not going to make you pleased. Now, a car traveling down the road has a way of telling you things that of course your home won't be able to. And like I said, mistakes are often used during construction. Mistakes are human, and a contractor has many different concerns to be associated with. Subcontractors possibly not connecting up their furnaces correctly, to not nailing on simple things like floor joists. A whole host of things can go wrong. You need to know these things to get what you expected to buy.
Perfect. So let's talk a little bit about the foundation, because that's a big problem that I run into representing buyers and even representing sellers on a home inspection. Cracks in a foundation always come up as a big issue. Now, if you can, explain the difference between a small crack, a major crack, and if there's a crack in the foundation, are any repairs really necessary? And if so, how expensive are they going to be?
Good question. Something that is alarming to everybody. You see a crack in a foundation. But is that crack necessarily affecting the integral strength of that foundation? No, not necessarily. Concrete cracks. From evaluating a crack, is the crack separating? Is there displacement in the crack? Is the foundation settling and caused the crack? These are concerns that need to be evaluated, but also need to be told at the time of the inspection. Is there repairs? Repairs or replacement are very expensive, and you need to know prior to that so you can make a concerned decision, an informed decision on your purchase.
Okay, great, awesome. And that's basically it for the questions I had. Is there anything else that you want to conclude and finish off with?
Yes, well, if I could touch on crawl spaces and how important it is to go under the house. We can all go inside and see painted walls, new flooring, but what's underneath that flooring? Was the new flooring put down just to improve the home, or was it to actually maybe cover something up? Underneath the home, that's where the history of the home is. The condition of the subfloor, to seismic bolting, to condition of plumbing pipes, to electrical wires. Have there been critters under the home chewing away on the electrical wiring? These type of things need to be known. They are safety issues and costly issues. Is there water intrusion into the crawl space? Most of the time, 9 out of 10 times, water into the crawl space can be corrected from exterior drainage improvements. Very important. And there again, another thing a home inspector will have to evaluate and put together to see what the problems are. Seismically bolted. You can see bolts in a 40-year-old house. Is it bolted enough? Well, that's an age-old question. Is it going to be enough for our next earthquake? So improvements to, even if it is bolted, improvements to a foundation, I think are very important and relatively easy to install.
Yeah. Okay, and so that concludes our video. And Dan, thanks again for coming out and doing this interview.
You're welcome.
And thanks for watching.